Okay, everybody, welcome back to the show. Happy Wednesday for those that are here live. Happy whatever day of week it is to you. Thanks so much for joining us on the show, on the Boost. Yesterday, we took our trip to some gorgeous island and realized that the guy from the island wanted to come to New York because that's how life works, unless you're paying attention. We're talking about immersion and our mind's ability to have mimetic desire and have a depth of experience when you're immersed in something. The ideal form is to pick areas that are outside your area and go do it. Really, this is momentum. Join a trip if you're out there, and you can go to Israel. Come to Israel for a week. You can figure it out. It's worth the week. You have a week in your life you can give. These trips happen very rarely. And you go to one, it'll change your life, and you'll get the week back pretty quick. There's enough weeks in the year that we blow that you can get one in. Do those things. Take the time. No matter what age you are, immerse yourself in environments that you want to use to grow, because you can grow in an immersive environment in ways you can't grow anywhere else. Where we spoke yesterday was the idea that immersion doesn't have to be, doesn't only have to be. It won't be as powerful, but you gotta mix it up. You have to be immersed all the time. And the way you immerse yourself is you look at your life and you look for moments that is outside the norm of your regular life within your life. Right? So you can join a group or a synagogue or a place of worship, whatever it is, wherever you are. You can do that. It's possible. You can join a group of people in which you meet on a regular basis and have a deeper conversation with. You could do that. You can create a class. You could create study. You could do things where you connect yourself to other things outside the normalcy of your life, your daily life. And in those moments, whether they're an hour a week or more, you can lose yourself into that moment. And as a result, you're immersed somewhere. I have a good friend of mine who was struggling in life and in business. And one of the ways he turned his life around, believe it or not, was that he would go every morning to pray. He'd go to a synagogue and pray. And he made a deal, or he basically told himself and stuck to it that he would not check his phone until he came home. So from the moment he woke up, and he had a whole routine. He woke up and he had a cup of coffee and he sort of studied a little something, and then he drove to the synagogue and he prayed, and he lingered a little afterwards, and he came home, and for the hour and a half of wake up until coming home, he was disconnected from the world. And as a result, that gave him depth. It gave him clarity. It gave him a time where he wasn't overwhelmed with the surface needs of the world. His mimetic desire wasn't a screen. And as a result, he became different. Do it every day. For an hour, you'll be different. Find pockets of immersion. You'll be different. You want to build a relationship with your spouse in a deeper way. Identify a time in which the two of you can be out of your world, even though it could be a drive away from your life. And immerse yourself there. You could do it with your children. You could do it with yourself. Take time and immerse yourself with something, a book, a walk, a conversation with God. You can find pockets of a week in which in those pockets you're fully immersed. This is the secret of Shabbat. Why is Shabbat so powerful? Because you are immersed in time, but you're not living in your normal life. There's also spiritual things going on, but just at least physically. This back and forth of having moments of massive immersion throughout your year, where you pick larger spots. You don't just go on vacation to sit with the people you know and do nothing. I mean, you could do that if you need it, but if you have an opportunity to do something, immerse yourself in something that is meaningful so that you come out of it and you're a better person. And if you balance these mega immersive moments with sort of medium moments and then with micro moments, really you have it's like your regular immersions that are small bits. You have your sort of mid immersions that are weekends or holidays or days, and you have your macro immersions. You say that a couple times. You'll see. You'll feel like me right now. Which you're going away for a week. You're going away for a long weekend, but you're planning it so that, of course, over the course of your year, you're able to shift your mimetic desires. You're able to expose yourself to different things. You're able to deepen your mind and identify the things you want to be and allow your brain to tap into something that is much deeper naturally. You're not always fighting. You're not always having to tell your body no. You're not always having to grapple between what your brain says we want because the people around you want and what your moral compass says maybe we shouldn't have. This is a big deal, especially with children. If you're raising kids and you put them in an environment where your morals and your values are in contrast to the values around you, you're going to spend most of your life fighting with your children. It's a disaster. And then your kids are going to be totally confused. And if you live this way because you have no choice, or because you're there already, or because it's too late, because they're already in school, and you didn't realize the people around you don't share your values, but now the kids are adjusted and whatever, fine. Immerse them in other places. Immerse them in other activities. Immerse them in environments in which they will feel normal being bigger. Immerse your family in things that are meaningful and purposeful, so it'll become normal within that one immersive moment to think this way and to act this way. And then you will be able to create for them a path that is one plus the path that they are typically in front of. That makes sense? Once you understand that mimetic desire is real and whatever is around you is influencing you, use it. Use it to map out your year. Align who you want to be with where you place yourself. And your brain will take you much further than you can ever think of. Your brain will go, I want this. It doesn't know what it wants. Your brain is just a computer. Your brain doesn't have an opinion. Your brain just has the past. It has memory. You could put anything in that thing and it'll spit it right back. And one of the things that you put into it is the mirror. The mirror is there. It's how it works. You put in what it looks at. And if we're constantly putting in what it looks at, and we're around people that act this way, and we talk to them and spend time with them, and we're around environments that live this way, and we can go to places that have this thing, our brains will consistently look at this mirror and go, hey, I want this. And before you know it, you will naturally incline yourself to doing the things that you just for a few months, years ago, dreamed of. That's how we leverage the power that we have. And if you ever want to know why it's so hard sometimes, it's because of the things that we look at. Let's go one further. And then maybe we'll take it down this road for this week. Maybe we did this in the past. I don't remember. I don't think so. I think we did, though. But I don't remember. There's a micro level. Right? So the macro level of immersion is you go out and go do something for a long time. It could be for half a year. I don't know. It could be for the rest of your life. I'm saying, but at least let it be for at least a week, period of time, a long weekend, 5 days. Then there's the mid immersions, the days, the weekends. Then there's the micros, the hours. Now let's go to the micros. This is what we call thin slicing, which is this tiny little bit of immersion takes place in your life in even micro moments, and that is the immersion of the content that you watch through your screens. You don't realize that everything that you're watching in your screens is creating mimetic desires in your mind. Whatever you're watching is impacting how you see the world. And so the question becomes, what am I watching? All right, we'll talk about this. This is a little bit long of a conversation. Have a great day, everybody. With God's help, I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.
Living on a lifeline, the The world doesn't ever seem to change, looking for the sunshine, but you're caught up in the rain. It's like your eyes are wide open, but you cannot see. You're watching life pass you by like 1, 2, 3, walking in destruction. The winds of life blur your vision, all the devastation. Forever feels like you're on the run. It's time, no one else can set you free. You're locked inside, and only you have got the key.